Hey people of the interwebs, it is Q with another scuba diving adventure. It's been fabulous weather all week, so I'm expecting that we're going to get some decent visibility out here today. It is a Saturday morning, it's 7 o'clock. I have no idea which dive site we're going to. I have no idea who's going to be turning up, so all will be revealed once we get down to the coast. Once I arrived at the dive shop, I found out that Steve, the instructor, had some customers in who were doing a course, so they went off in one direction, and that left myself and my dive buddy Gordon to head off in another. We were also joined by Ian, who is an instructor's instructor. He's also certified as a self-reliant diver, which basically means that he can dive on his own, and so that's why he's got the extra little pony bottle attached to his big scuba tank at the back. And of course, as you do on every dive, you help your buddy get their gear together and make sure that everything is in place before you get into the water. We'd also had a chat and decided that we were going to do things a little bit different today. Because we only had about 4 meters of visibility, we were going to stay pretty shallow. And as you can see here, we dropped into 1.2 meters of water, which is just 4 feet. I also used a different extension pole for the GoPro this time, which allowed me to do these selfie shots. One of the first things we discovered was this coral shrimp. He was a bit shy and reluctant to come out of his house, but these guys are cleaners basically. They will go around and clean up other animals. As I came around this corner, this little baby stingray decided to move off, and he was quite calm and casual about it at first, and then I think his wingtip just touched the rock and he scared himself and darted off into the distance. A lot of people who are non-divers seem to have the impression that going deep is the way to go and see things and experience things. But in all honesty, the shallower water reveals the most sea life. And today was a prime example of that. Here at the Kings Beach boat ramp, we were in, I think, a maximum of 5 meters of water and ranging between 2 and 3 meters most of the time. But this is where all the life is concentrated. This is where you get to see most of the good stuff. And of course, if you're snorkeling, then you can also see them quite easily too. There's a dad with his 2 kids showing them the wonders of the water, and I think one of the kids was curious as to why there was a flag floating around on its own. Next, I saw a shape that confused me at first until I got a little bit closer. These are actually a school of squid. They're not very big, these are juvenile squid, but they were still pretty fast. And as I tried to catch up with them, they stopped swimming with their wings and started using their jet propulsion system, and that's when they just lost me and left me behind in the dust. But it was fascinating to see them in this location. I hadn't seen them here before. On a dive, of course, we like to check out every nook and cranny because that's where all the good stuff hides. And no dive would be complete without me showing you a couple of nudibranchs. Here my dive buddy Gordon found these 2 little cuties. I'm not sure how this is pronounced. Is it R. Dear Doris or R. Dead Oris? I'm not going to pronounce the name of this one, but the numbers in brackets afterwards reveal the date it was first catalogued. Here I found a cowrie shell, and basically this is just an underwater snail with a beautiful shell. I love the shine on this. This is the remains of an octopus's dinner. This painted cray had been completely disemboweled and consumed. And I think it looks a little bit like something out of the movie Alien. Those octopus, they sure do a very thorough job. And what will happen to the shell is that eventually it will be crushed down by the wave action, and the little particles will get smaller and smaller and end up as sand on a beach somewhere. Again, checking around the corners and into the nooks and crannies, I came across this beautiful little wobbegong shark. Not too big, but very sleepy and quite happy to let me get real close so I could show you this wonderful camouflage they have. And there you can see the eyes. I'm sure he's checking me out, but quite content to just sit there and let me look. On our way back to the Kings Beach boat ramp exit point, came across this wonderful shoal of fish who were feeding quite happily. Our total dive time was 66 minutes, and it was only cut short because we had people who we had to meet afterwards. We still had plenty of air left in those tanks, that's for sure. Water temperature was 22 degrees centigrade, which is 71.6 Fahrenheit. Our maximum depth was 5 meters, which is 16.4 feet, but we ranged mostly between the 3 and 4 meter mark, which is probably around about right because the visibility on that day was quite reduced, down to 5 meters of visibility, which is 16.4 feet. So we figured, hey, if that's the visibility, let's stay in that depth of water. Oh, and if you've heard a farting noise throughout this video, that's actually just air escaping from the new extendable GoPro camera pole. It wasn't me, I promise. If you've enjoyed this scuba diving adventure with Q, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a like on your favourite videos. Also, if you have any comments, leave them down below, and as soon as I see them, I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching and take it easy. That was excellent.
Yeah, I stopped back there because I thought I saw a stonefish.
Oh yeah.
And like I'm looking at this thing, it looks like it's a mouth and it looks like fins, but it was so camouflaged. So I'm actually just gently touching it with a poker stick to see if it reacted, and finally got it. So at that stage, I'm looking for you to.
That must have been when I saw those squid.
Oh really?
Yeah, big. It was about 20 or so squid.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I shot off after them.
Yeah, okay.
But they were really, really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.